With so many real-life and dramatic depictions of criminals on TV, even a casual observer knows a key element for guilty conviction is the intent to commit a crime. In the world of law, it's defined as mens rea, or guilty state of mind. But that isn't the case with federal laws, where you can be found guilty of breaking them even if you didn't intend to do anything wrong.
The average citizen can't know all the laws out there.
It happened to racing legend Bobby Unser. In 1996, Unser went snowmobiling in the Rio Grande National Forest on the border of New Mexico and Colorado. He and a friend got caught in a blizzard, stranded for 2 days and 2 nights. They barely escaped with their lives, but that was only the beginning of his ordeal.
Bottom line is that don't trust any government agency. Just let them stand as clear from them as you can. Stay away from them because they're not there for your good.
Unser found himself in the middle of a fight with the Forest Service, facing a possible $5,000 fine and 6 months in jail for violating the Wilderness Act. The service accused him of illegally snowmobiling on federally protected land known as Wilderness Area. But the racing champ says if he was in the Wilderness Area, it was only when he was lost in the snowstorm. And so on principle, Unser decided to fight the charge in court.
Well, I estimate that we probably spent around $300,000, maybe $350,000 would be my guess.
As for the government?
At the time that we went to court, they'd already spent up somewhere around $1 million. What? It's the taxpayers' money. They really didn't care how much it cost.
In the end, he lost and paid a $75 fine. Now the 3-time Indy 500 winner has another title to add to his record. He's been convicted of a federal misdemeanor.
Someone who doesn't know where the line is and winds up inadvertently crossing it is not the type of person that the criminal law was designed to deal with.
Like many others, Unser believes Congress is to blame for the growing number of federal laws. But it's not just Congress. Federal agencies not only enforce the law, they sometimes create their own regulations, many of which also carry criminal penalties. And with the government involved in everything from employment to the environment to health care, virtually anyone can get caught in the web of federal laws. And the numbers prove it. Between 2000 and 2010, close to 800,000 people were sentenced for federal crimes.
We have made it dangerous just to be alive in America.
Texas Congressman and former Judge Louis Gohmert is among the few on Capitol Hill sounding the alarm, saying, for example, Congress should rethink stiff penalties on simple accounting errors when filing taxes.
For heaven's sakes, if people have not committed anything but maybe a clerical error, fine them if we must. But we've got to get people to stop thinking they're so tough when they slap a criminal penalty on what shouldn't be any more than an academic or a clerical error.
The past 20 or 30 years, the number of people in jails and prisons in America has gone up almost tenfold because every time you turn around, there are new laws.
Virginia Congressman Bobby Scott has worked with Gohmert and others to reform the code. The former attorney thinks one solution is for the House Judiciary Committee to oversee any new regulation that carries a criminal penalty. He also believes Congress should quit slapping on additional penalties to acts already considered a crime at the state or local level.
If you're a victim of carjacking, you're not going to call the FBI. You're going to call the local police. Why is this a federal crime?
So why haven't Scott and Gohmert's passion found a following? They lay part of the blame on members of Congress who want to appear tough on crime. They're quick to add there's not enough public awareness or outrage.
Day after day, we're adding more crimes on the federal level. It doesn't make sense. It wastes the taxpayers' money, and it does not reduce crime. There's no deterrent effect if you didn't know.
What this all does for the government is it makes it an Orwellian type government where people don't really know if they violated the law, but they stay in fear of their government.
Fear of the government in a nation of criminals. John Jessup, CBN News, Washington.